That's a long time before I get tired. Oh, are we ready? You ready, Chief?
Yep, you're on.
I'd like to call the meeting to order for June 11, 2024. Would you please rise for a moment of silence? Thank you. Would you please join in pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of
the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hi, Hannah. Thanks for being here tonight. We'll move on to roll call.
Trustee Sheets,
Here.
Trustee Hunter,
Here.
Trustee Good.
Here. And I'll make a motion to pay our expenditures. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call?
Trustee Sheets.
Yes.
Trustee Hunter,
Yes.
Trustee Good.
Yes.
Go on to our department reports. Deputy Atkins?
Good evening. Apologize around the stats tonight and there's some data training this week. But just a quick follow up from the last meeting. I did stop out at Johnson Road, talk to that resident, reviewed that video. That place for speech rather out there last Thursday, Friday.
She texted me and said, thank you very much.
Absolutely. And then also the noise complaints, I followed up several times. Went and talked to the owner, actually tracked down the person that is a rental property, talked to the owner as well as the tenant. Right now. So hopefully that's going to be resolved. I did give them a copy of the noise ordinance and advise them what they'd be. A few other notes, we have a new environmental detective, Deputy Dan Fay. You might be familiar with him, so put the bug is here, he'll probably be at one of the upcoming meetings, but I've already paperwork on his desk to follow up with some of the issues. So I'll be monitoring the other complaints that we've had. I've also talked to ODOT and the engineer's office about the upcoming projects and their traffic concerns that they've had. Trying to get a traffic study at 62 Denver. We were going to apply for a light from that. I can't promise it's out of my hands, but I'm bugging them weekly to try to.
Thank you.
Staff that they use to make it at least look at it. So if I get any updates, I'll let you guys know.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much. We really appreciate your due diligence, really.
Yes, we do. Hey, Robert.
Well, we got into some equipment maintenance. We had a bearing go out on our ditch mower. It is fixed and we're back to mowing ditches. Hopefully by the end of this week, we should be done. And probably, well, actually he kind of started on his second trip around a part of it. We had to have the county bring their Vector truck out on a couple tiles. One was on Bigger Road and the other one was on Johnson Road. I believe we've got both of them straightened up as best as we can. We had a drive tile installation on Neff Road and little ditch cleaning along with that. We're working on getting our signs installed that I received from the sign grant a year or so ago, because the deadline is fastly approaching June, the end of June. Then I did get an email from Jennifer Klein from the Ohio Public Works Commission. I guess it came to me as a shock because some funding for Timberlake came available. It's not the total amount, but we're going to see if we're allowed to, which I wouldn't see why they offer us money and you're not allowed to chop the projects down in size. So right now, but they said at the end of each month, more funds may come available. So I'm kind of waiting until the end of June to make my next step. But as of the moment, we have $171,381 that can go towards paving in Timberlake. And my plan was to go start on Timberlake Circle because it's one of the heavier traffic ones. Go from Lambert Road back to Pheasant Drive and also paving the 3 cul-de-sacs on that stretch. And the first estimate the gentleman from the county engineers give me, I noticed there was some errors in it because he was including the curb and gutter that is further back on Timberlake Circle. So he's removing that. Then I'll have a better idea because I'm real anxious to see. I think we'll be within, even if we don't get any more money, we'd be within $40,000 that might have to come out of our own pocket to complete that section. So if I can keep applying for these grants and we can chip away at it a little bit at a time, I think we can get her done eventually. I just pray that everybody doesn't complain that, why aren't you doing my part? But it's like I'm going with what I deem necessary. So, but that's all I have.
Congratulations. on
Thank you.
getting
That's one of the biggest grants I've ever gotten here so far.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
Okay, we've also received a complaint about property at 6238 Grassley Road. And it's an eyesore and the Board of Health has been out. There's nothing they could do. So I talked to our code enforcement officer with zoning. There's nothing they could do. It's out of their hands. He told me to contact the building department. So I have a message in for Josh with the building department. I thought they would be here tonight. But they did talk to, the lady that sent the email did talk to the Board of Health when he was out there. Did you go out and look at it?
I did. I noticed the front yard was mowed pretty good, and I actually had to go kind of around on the neighbor's property to see that the backyard hadn't been mowed. There's a lawnmower sitting back there, so I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt that it's broke down or they haven't had time. But once we get our ditches taken care of, then don't want to feel like a hypocrite saying you need to mow your grass where we're still catching up on
Yeah.
ours. So,
Okay.
but then I forgot about this because it was on the next page. I do have an update on the rocks and boulders in the right of way on Oak Drive. I contacted spoke to 2 of the homeowners, and I told them that what was going on. And I did give them the option, because some of them were older people, and I told them I'd give them the option that if they voluntarily give me permission to just get rid of them, I'll haul them away. If there's divots in the yard, I'll fill them in with topsoil and sow grass seed. But I said, if we do have to go through all the legal channels, I said the taxes will be assessed. I said, if you just give me permission to get them out of here, I'll do it, no charge. They were more than happy to say, yeah, we like our rocks, but go ahead. So, the one lady's like, what option do we have? I said, well, they're leaving regardless. So, but after that, she just kind of said, well, okay.
Good.
But there's one homeowner that left a message on the answering machine before I came back here, but I have to call her at a certain time of day. So once we get this all settled out, when we catch up, I can get that taken care of.
So want me to leave this on here?
Yeah, go ahead until it's covered or until it's taken care of completely.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Chief.
Hey, Medic 231 was sent to Braun for repairs. We had 2 firefighters took the vehicle there on overtime. That'll reflect in the payroll sheets that I'll give you that the insurance company will pay for that. Instead of waiting for them to come and get it, it was best just get it up there because they said they'd pay for it. So we got it up there now. I'm just waiting to hear how long it's going to take to get it repaired. And Otarma come out and looked at it. Tanker 231 is going to Jones Springs tomorrow for broken shackles. Got 4 broken shackles, and it's going to go there for broken shackles, get those repaired tomorrow. Completed the OTARMA renewal questionnaire for our insurance, which starts in September. Annually is the September renewal date. They had some things that they needed, our medical doctor's contract and some other things. Still on our long-term list at our station, need to evaluate female facilities, bathroom facilities for renovation. I know we talked about that, getting some quotes for the bathrooms up here. Training, paramedic school's ongoing, continues training house. We're gonna burn that house soon. Working with ISO, just completing that assessment for the fire department. They do that every couple years. For insurance ratings, it won't change ours much, if any, but they have to update it regularly. I think there was, I don't have on here, there was a grievance that I submitted to the board on, it was the 10th. I got it this week on the 10th on payroll issues. People were overcharged for insurance premium contribution on the pay period 5/13 through 5/26, which was covered by previous insurance rates. Union saying that the new rates were not in effect until June 1st. They got charged prior to June 1st. And I'm not sure, they didn't say the amount of money that it was for each person.
Did you email this? Because I've never seen it.
Yeah, I emailed it, but I do have.
I didn't see it, yeah.
You didn't get it either?
Mm-mm.
Well, good thing I made a copy.
Thank you.
It's probably stuck in my, stuck in my, outbox somewhere. And that's what I have for that. Then I need a couple motions. The first motion of the resolution to hire James Sheehan as a part-timer, he's a full-time at True Township. And Cody recruited him to come over here, and so he'd like to come and work part-time.
I'll make resolution 48 to hire James Sheehan as part-timer. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Roll call?
Trustee Sheets,
Yes.
trustee Hunter, trustee Good.
Yes.
And then the next one is a resolution to award the contract for personal protective equipment to Phoenix Fire Equipment at a cost $83,820 for 20 custom sets of gear. This is on the grant. It's going to cost us a little bit more than what we expected because the costs have gone up, but we're able to get 20 custom sets and they were the lowest bid out of everybody.
I will make resolution 49 to award the contract for personal protective equipment to Phoenix Fire Equipment at a cost of $83,820 for 20 custom sets of gear. That will that whole $83,820, is that the grant money or is
It's
it?
going to come out of grant money. It's going to have to come out of our budget. Eventually, some of it's going to have to come out of our budget.
Do you know what our share is?
Our original share was 5%, but it might be a little bit more. So we'll see what happens, how much our physicals cost us. And if that's cheaper than what we have budget for it, then we'll know overall after everything is costed out. So I won't know how much total it's going to cost us till we get that component done.
Okay.
I think we come in a little bit under budget on the workout equipment. And then I'm hoping we'll come in under budget on the physicals, and that'll help offset some of that.
Should we wait until we have specific numbers?
Well, we need the gear. We need the gear. And I think we have the money in the budget. So we're going to have to get it one way or another, and they're holding the price for us. So.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call?
Trustee Sheets.
Yes.
Trustee Hunter.
Yes.
Trustee Good.
Yes.
Okay, next up, got $100,000 check from Fairfield Township, and Paula, here's a copy of the contract with Fairfield Township, and I spoke incorrectly. I was thinking it was January they pay us. It's June, and the end of the year is when they pay us. So we got our first check from them for 100,000.
Okay. Yeah, I had talked to her. She told me she was going to drop this stuff.
Yes.
I was thinking about taking all the Fairfield Township money and making a line item for capital improvement fund. We used to have that. So we can be preparing for these $1 million trucks when they have to be replaced.
No, I agree. I was thinking of earmarking, and I think it's budget time, I think coming up. Be a good, that's when I was gonna talk about how much we put back, because I don't know how much of this we'll have to use to get us through this year. But start earmarking at X amount to be able to start putting back so we don't take that big hit in the future. I agree. Yes.
Is this Fund 21, this capital equipment fund, that's for both road and fire?
Yeah, most of that is road.
Okay.
It's
so
not
there's-
broken down on there, but the majority of it is. And
Okay.
so we can set up a sub line item.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if we put the money into a capital fund, we can't move it once it's there, right? Like if we decide we needed it for operating expenses instead,
I'll have to double
I
check.
think it has to stay in that fund. There's no going back, but I'm
I'll
not.
have to double check.
We need that.
Next on the list, we received a $1,000 donation from the Urban family in Harrisburg to the fire department. They wrote a note. They said, "This is a donation to the Pleasant Township Fire Department in appreciation for the kind care you gave my husband. You took to the hospital many, many times. You were always patient and treated him with respect. It meant so much to both of us. Thank you so much, Mrs. John Ed Irwin." So,
That was very
It's very
nice.
sweet.
yeah. So, here's a check for that, $1,000. And then last but not least, I have, nobody's heard from, we're waiting to hear from the HSA. Everybody's asking questions about the HSA, and Paula, do you know where that's at? Because I sent that to you.
I do. I contacted CME. I actually had read the information you gave me, and it talks about going in and setting up your own HSA account. So as a trial basis, I did do that for myself. The gentleman from CME, once you set up the accounts, you get a phone call. The guy goes over a whole bunch of stuff with you. He recommended that I talk to Nikki about everything else. And I sent her an email last week, and then I got an email back from a Rachel Monday, and they asked that I do a phone call with Nikki and Rachel tomorrow, and it's all set up.
Okay.
So I will let everybody know as soon as I know
Okay.
what's going on.
I think that's all I have.
We have an injured firefighter.
You know what? He was the one that was in the back of the medic and got jostled around. He just did the paperwork. So he didn't go to the hospital or anything, but he did it just in case the next day his neck or something started hurting, because and he was actually belted, but they hit on the side and he got, thrown around a little bit. So.
Any updates on that EMS?
No, I will follow up with that. I'm sorry, and I didn't, it's just been one of those days. We had a pretty good fire today, so I will follow up on that, because I think I have some information. And as soon as I get that, I will email that out to you.
Where was the fire today?
It's funny, it was out at, Kysville Road. We actually burnt the guy's barn down less than a year ago, and we burned his other barn down today.
Was it the goat farm?
Yes. Yep. And it wasn't pretty, because nobody out there can get insurance. and nobody will give people insurance out there. The neighbors would tell us that they, their insurance companies are dropping them because they're too far from hydrants and water supply. And so, yeah, it was a mess. The guy was, I ended up calling the Madison County Sheriff's Office because the guy was really upset. And, like we couldn't do anything about it because that's his livelihood. And so. But they did get all their animals out of the barn. That was a saving grace.
That's good.
Because I could have been like that for those 44, Logan County, I couldn't imagine. So.
That's terrible.
No, I can't either. That would give you nightmares.
Yeah.
Right.
And then in next month, we work on budget. That's
I
it.
have that down to
Okay.
set a date.
Because just so you know, I will be gone that first week in July.
I think it has to be done by,
Has to be downtown by the 20th, I think.
and then you have to have it done 10 days before the 20th or something like that.
Yeah,
Well, because I'm off the 15th through the 21st
Next month.
of July.
And we'll
15th, you said? Robert, you said the 15th?
15th through the 21st.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Hey, do we have any old business? New business, let's set a date for that. Budget.
It was a Saturday, so we assume the 19th is their deadline then?
I'm not sure. Usually when there's, I don't know, most deadlines, if it falls on the weekend, it jumps to the next business
you say
day.
you-
I don't know on that.
I'll be gone that first week. Do we want to do it maybe after our next meeting? If we're going to be here? The 25th?
That'd be okay with me, but it'll go on late. Usually takes a couple hours.
Yeah. When are you gonna be gone?
I'm gone that first week, that the first meeting in December or July. So
So you're gonna be gone, what are the dates?
I'll be gone the 4th or 5th through probably about the 21st.
Okay, why don't we wait
You're out
instead
the
of,
whole month?
Couple weeks, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you said.
That first week, yeah.
No, a couple weeks. Well, I was gonna miss that first meeting, is what.
okay, instead of trying to do it after the next meeting. Because I think that's pushing it again, because
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on vacation next week. So, why don't we try setting it for the first week of July? Because if he's not leaving till the 4th. Maybe like the 2nd, because you wouldn't want to do it on the 3rd, because people celebrate. Maybe do it on July 2nd.
I can do it then.
Would that work?
That's fine by me.
Is that okay with everybody?
So, David.
Fine.
I've got all of the appropriation stuff put into Excel, if you guys want to use that, if not, that's fine too. That kind of adds everything as you go and you don't have to write it, so.
Do you want to send it to Paula so she can look at it?
That's certainly speed it up.
Probably, I'll have every fund finish it and get 2 or 3 more, but I'll put those in there.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, announcements. I received the following email from Township resident Tim Hessel. He says, I will be adding a post to Nextdoor for the Life Care Alliance Beat the Heat campaign. This is year 4 for him volunteering with the fans for Life Care Alliance. Only in year 1 did Pleasant Township have some fans, and they had been stored in one of the back buildings. So we shall see if the community drops any off to the fire station. Fans have gone up in price so much, hard for folks to afford to buy and donate. Here below is the latest news on the fans that he received from Life Care Alliance. Share with others as you see fit. Let your fire people know in case someone stops by to drop off a fan. Notify me to get any, and I will pick them up. Thanks, Tim Hessel. At Life Care Alliance, we have been committed to recognizing and meeting the needs of our clients in the Central Ohio community for over a century. In recent years, we have noticed a concerning trend. Individuals who are homebound due to aging, medical conditions, or disabilities are at a higher risk for experiencing heat exhaustion and heat stroke. To address these concerns, we launched the Beat the Heat fan campaign over 20 years ago. Throughout the summer and into the fall, Life Care Alliance collects and distributes over 2,000 box fans to our clients and residents of Franklin County to help people live with more security and self-reliance. For the past 2 decades, we've been fortunate to have an alliance of dedicated volunteers, supporters, and partners help drive the campaign's success. The Beat the Heat campaign continually welcomes donations of boxed fans during the summer. New fans in their boxes can be dropped off at Life Care Alliance or at any local fire station where they serve as a drop-off site for the community. So anybody wants to donate a fan, drop it off at the firehouse.
Yeah, we didn't have any last year.
Hey, Paula?
Okay, I need a resolution to transfer $10,000 from the regular checking over to that HRA account.
Okay, I will make resolution 50 to transfer $10,000 from the regular account to the medical account, HRA account. Do I have a second?
Is that for the like run out claims?
Mhm.
I'll second.
Roll call?
Trustee Sheets?
Yes.
Trustee Hunter?
Yes.
Trustee Good?
Yes.
Yeah, I had asked Tony about that and he said, definitely keep it open. And so I think they have through August for claims to come in.
Dave.
Received information from worker comp on the injured worker. I gave you a copy of that. We received worker comp information on a previous claim that was denied. Received a letter from AEP that said they've discovered our accounts is not properly billed for the kilowatt hours tax rider between June 2023 and March 2024, and they will begin collecting the unbilled amount over a 12-month period. So I have no idea what that's going to be, but I wouldn't think it would be a whole lot, but okay. On the HSA information, I already spoke on that. I have a phone call tomorrow because I had sent an email to them asking to give me direction since this is all new, what all needs to be done. I'll have more information, hopefully. On the run out with the HRA, Burnham and Flower is now called, they've changed names or companies, I'm not sure which, but anyways, they will go ahead and handle the run out claims. There will be a cost for their service, of course. But they said that the charge cards would not be working, but she didn't give me a date on that. So I've asked for more clarification. But the any claims, I guess, that come in from whatever date she gives me will have to be filed manually for reimbursement on those claims because the cards won't be working any longer. I received, and maybe Chief, you can address that. I received an email that said they successfully uploaded to MediCount, which is the new company that's going to be handling our emergency runs. But they sent me the email along with you and Ryan, and I have no idea what they're talking about on, it said an invalid signature hold report from March through May.
Yeah, and we're gonna follow up on that. I saw that email. So I'll follow up with that and I'll get back with you on that and let you know what's going on there.
Okay, so for budget purposes, since this is saying from March 1st, is there any word on January, February that didn't get collected?
I will ask, because I think Ryan's been dealing with them directly, so I'll check and see where he's at with that, because he's been working with them on the new account, and we'll see where we're at.
Okay.
And I'll follow up and I'll get an answer this week or by the first.
Okay, I just didn't know if there was something that I needed to do because, again, I'm not sure about how to access that account, so. Okay, notice on Commissioner Zoning, had a meeting scheduled for June the 11th and that was canceled. Rural Zoning Commission had one scheduled for July the 20th. That has been canceled. Board of Zoning Appeals had one scheduled for June 17th. That was canceled. The Planning Commission has one tomorrow. As far as I know, it's still on. Robert already spoke about the information on Timber Lake, and pretty much everything else I have is all like newsletters, flyers, that kind of thing. So that's all I have.
Is there anything else?
I just got down and called to a Brianna Whitmer about property there on Grosley Road. She's the daughter of the former owner, Mr. Dixon. Right now, the property is going to be probated this week. It's an attorney out of Grove City that will be on that. They're planning on transferring the property to a neighbor down the road as soon as it's been probated. After about the lawn condition, she said she will hire a company. She used last year to build the lawn.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're on it now.
Keep her updated.
I have nothing to
She
say.
lives in Florida right now, so I got her address and her phone number. I'll contact her.
Hey, when me work.
That didn't take 5 minutes.
Right? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, anything else? Right, we're going to have an executive session. So I will move to go into executive session according to Ohio Revised Code, section 121.22 G4, for the purpose of reviewing and preparing for collective bargaining. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call?
Trustee Sheets?
Yes.
Trustee Hunter?
Yes.
Trustee Good?
Okay, you're up.
Under the Ohio Revised Code, section 121.22 G, I move to come out of executive session. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call?
Trustee Sheets?
Yes.
Trustee Hunter?
Yes.
Trustee Good?
Yes.
And I'd like to make a motion to call a special meeting Thursday, June 13th, 2024 at 7 p.m. for the purpose of holding an executive session to review and prepare for collective bargaining. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Roll call?
Trustee Sheets?
Yes.
Trustee Hunter?
Yes.
Trustee Good?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Roll call?
Trustee Sheets?
Yes.
Trustee Hunter?
Yes.
Trustee Good?